Alright class, for this video I'm going to show you what to do with your plan or your design to add dimensions. Chapter 3 was about symbols. Chapter 3 was about seeing how the walls look. Actually, let me turn it this way. Walls, interior walls, symbols for doors, symbols for windows, symbols for sinks, and all that was covered in chapter 3, which you have we haven't gone over already. And chapter 4, which is also still talking about floor plans, but now we're going over dimensions. So for the design that you have created, where I give you the shell and you designed your house inside that space, this is the plan that I have. Of course, this is in computer. This is not an actual sketch like you did, but I just want to use this so I can show you what to do or how to add dimensions now. Now we're gonna add more information on top of this drawing. So again, it was either 2-bedroom, 1 bath, kitchen, living, dining, and 1-car garage, or you have the option of doing 3 bedroom, 2 bath, kitchen, dining, and living. So it was up to you. You were to decide how you wanted to approach it. And then also to the outside, you could have done porches or patios as you needed or as you wanted. What I'm going to do now, and you might want to do this too, I don't want you to add the dimensions to this plan. We're going to be adding information on top and different sheets. So when you start drawing this on AutoCAD, you'll be able to draw first, for example, this, and then come back into the dimensions, and then come back and add the roof, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna do it in sections, or we're gonna label it, or we're gonna design it in different sheets, so that it will be a lot easier for us to draw it on CAD. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my sheet of paper, or my plan. I'm gonna tape it down. Okay. Tape it down. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start doing my dimensions. Oh, by the way, I've told you to measure from the line that I gave you, to measure 4 inches in for your frame, for your interior wall. Go ahead and measure, well, let's do 6. Let's go 6 inches out from your frame for your brick. So this is gonna be brick. As a matter of fact, this should be hatched like that, but I didn't add it. We can add it later on. Okay, so all around from your wall that you have 2 lines. Remember, a wall is represented by two lines. Then to the exterior, you did 4 inches here, goes 6 inches out from here, and that's gonna be your brick. Now the brick itself is not 6 inches. You have the sheathing, you have the airspace, and then you have your brick. So and we're gonna cover that later on. Actually, it's not exactly 6, but we're gonna do it 6 for the purpose of the drawing. And remember, we're using quarter scale. It has to be to scale. Okay. So once you add the exterior wall, all right, you should have your walls already divided in your rooms. You should have your doors, okay, which gives you access to your rooms. You should have your windows already too. Okay. So once you have this, now we're gonna add the dimensions. Now, what I want you to do is get yourself some of this tracing paper. You can buy it at any Home Depot, not Home Depot, I'm sorry. Office Depot should have it, or any art supply store should have this tracing paper. If you can't find any for any reason, you can stop by and look for me, and I'll give you a piece. We have some here. So what we're gonna do that is very translucent, and it's gonna work perfect for us because we're gonna place it on top, and we are gonna add the dimensions on this paper, okay? Not on the one on the bottom. So we're gonna use this so we can see where our walls are, and we can start adding the dimensions to the sides, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna place it on top. Now I did 2 sheets because I wanted the dimensions to go, they're gonna go a little bit further out than the sheet that we have, which is fine. So that's why I put 2 sheets together. What I'm gonna do, just get some tape, and I'm gonna tape these, well, maybe too big. Tape the sheets together, all right? And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually tape the sheet down so it's not moving like it did right now. So I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't move. Okay, I'm going to take this down. Now tape the sheet to the desk so it doesn't move on me. Okay, so now we can actually add our dimensions to our plan on this paper. I'm going to use a pencil. Hopefully it's dark enough. Yeah, it should be dark enough to add the dimensions. Now, the dimensions we covered, or you have seen on the lecture video and your book, a dimension. It is actually. Let me just realize I don't have an eraser, so I don't want to draw on this thing. But a dimension, I'm going to put it here in the middle. You have extension lines that extend from the object. Let's say you have a room here or a box. Let's say a box. This is the object. The extension lines extend from the object. Your dimension line is the one that goes and connects those two, showing where the distance is. And then you have your ticks or your arrows or your dots, which tells you that it's going to read from point A to point B. And then the number you have here, it's the actual dimension. So it's telling you that from this distance to that distance, or from this point to this point, that's the distance right there. Okay, that's a dimension. And again, on the video we have covered this, so you should know on that. Now we're gonna start in dimensions to our plan, which is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna try to do as fast as I can because I don't want to make these videos too lengthy. We're gonna start with exterior dimensions. Okay, so in other words, we're gonna dimension what information we have on this side, what information we have on this side, here and here. Okay, so we're gonna have dimension lines here, on this side, and on this side. Okay, now we're gonna have different dimension lines. They're gonna be aligned in different dimension lines. The purpose of that is that you wanna make it clear to the contractor or whoever's gonna build your house or your design, for them to be precise. You're the designer, you're telling the contractor what exactly or where exactly you want your walls or your windows or your doors or whatever feature you might have. So you need to be very clear. So you want to have it easy to read. Remember, print reading is a language. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do it up here, we're gonna have several dimension lines, and they have to be measured to scale. And let's do that first. Our first dimension line, and I'll write it here. I'll put it here. First dimension line from the walls is gonna be 3 feet. And then after that, we're gonna do 2 and 2, and depends on how many we need. Okay, and I'll explain that in a bit. So 3, 2, 2, and then depends how many we need from the exterior wall, which is that one right there, the one you're gonna add if you haven't. Okay, so with our quarter scale, I'm gonna measure 3 feet out first, which is 3 will be about there. And then 2 feet after that will be around here. 2 feet after that will be about here. And then same thing on this side. And I'm gonna go all the way here, even though the dimension is gonna go over here, but I'm gonna use this wall. So 3 feet out, more or less there. In case I can't see it straight, because if I do that, I'm gonna be on top of on the camera, and I don't wanna do that. So 2 feet after that, and then 2 feet after that. I think we're gonna need another one, but we'll do that in a bit. Okay. So very lightly, I'm gonna connect those lines and just make a line from one side of the house to the other. Same thing here. Connect those two. Make another line right there, and then this one. Make another line. Okay. Now. So that means on this line we're gonna have some dimensions, on this we're gonna have some dimensions, and on this we're gonna have some dimension. As a matter of fact, we're gonna need one more. So, and again, this doesn't have to be precise, just keep it to scale as much as you can. Right there. And do these lines very lightly. Mine might be a little bit too dark, but do them lightly. And I'm trying to do it a little bit darker. I hope you can see them, so you can know what is it that I'm doing. So I'm gonna do another line right here. Oops, don't do that. Make sure it goes straight. Okay, so we have a dimension line. another one, another one, another one. The first one is 3 feet from the exterior wall, and then after that is 2, and after that is 2, and after that is 2. And we're at quarter scale. Now, we're gonna put different information on each dimension line that we have here. Okay, we're gonna line them. On the exterior, or the last dimension that we have, now, not necessarily you're gonna have 4. In some instances, you're gonna have 3. In some instances, you're gonna have 2. Okay? But this is how you can see it and then visualize it so you can figure out how many do you need. First of all, we need to know the length of the house. That's the first dimension that we wanna know. What is it from one edge of the house to the other edge of the house? All right? So we need to get that dimension, right? So that dimension is gonna be the outermost, the last one, okay? Just think of the process of construction. Whoever's gonna build this, first they need to know what is the shell? What is the shell? What is the footprint of the house? I wanna know how much is it from here to here. After they have the shell, they wanna know, okay, now tell me where the interior walls are. Okay, we have one here, and then I guess we have one here, but again, that will be grabbed from here. But we do have an interior wall. Okay? So they're gonna put the interior walls. And then after that, actually no, I'm sorry. On the first one is the overall. Disregard, I'm sorry. First one is the overall. Second one, any major breaks. Okay? Any major breaks to the wall. So we have houses from here to here, but then we have a major break right here. See, the wall doesn't go straight over here. The wall comes down and then shifts this way. So the second dimension line, on the dimension line, the second one from the top or from the outermost is gonna be any major breaks. Okay, so again, outermost, overall. Next one in, major breaks. We have one here. Next one in, interior walls. We have one here. And the first one, or the last one out in, doors and windows. Okay? If you want to see it from in out, then will be the first dimension line, you're going to put your doors and windows. Second one out, interior walls. Third one out, major breaks. Last one, overall. Okay? So I'm going to put here on this one so you can see it. Doors and windows. Interior walls, major breaks, overall. Okay. Now here we have all of them, but if you look at this side, this one we don't have any major breaks. If you see, it's just a wall going from one side to the other. There's no major breaks. So in that case, on these dimensions, we're not gonna use. We're only gonna have 3, not 4, because we don't have any major breaks. Here we have major breaks, yes, we're gonna have 4. Here we have major breaks from here to here, yes, we have this one and this one, so that we're gonna have 4. Okay, so just keep that in mind. First dimension line, doors and windows. Second, interior walls. Third, major breaks. 4, overall. For example, if there's a wall where you don't have any doors and windows, then you don't have that dimension line. Interior walls is gonna shift down. Okay? So whatever information you don't have, you bring it in. But you start putting it 3 feet in, 3 out, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. But the way to see it, I guess that again, the easiest ways to visualize it is to come from the outside in. Overall, major breaks, interior walls, doors and windows. Okay, so let's do it. I'm gonna start with the overall. So the overall is gonna go here out. So I'm gonna put my line there again. Try to do as precise as you can. Now don't put your pen or pencil right at the corner. Leave a little gap. Leave a little gap, and then just pull it out to the end. Just go a little bit further out. See the line right there? A little further out. Further out. I'm gonna do the same thing with this wall on this side, and then I'm gonna pull it out. Okay, so that's gonna be our first dimension. Now I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna make it a little bit darker so it will be easier to see. that. And then I'm gonna do an architectural tick here to show that this dimension is the overall. Okay, I already forgot what was the length of this thing, but let's measure it. So remember, I'm only gonna do this side, guys, and then you do the rest, 'cause I don't want this video to get too lengthy. So the overall, if I measure this from one side to the other, is 42 feet. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna 42 feet, 0 inches. You know what? Don't put 0 inches, just 42 feet, like that. Okay, now next one, major breaks. I have a major break right here. So I need to give this distance and this distance. So let's do that. I already have that line right there, so I'm gonna leave it. I don't wanna make it darker, but I do need one right here. So I'm gonna pull this one out and take it just a little bit further out than to where my major break line is. Okay, so now I have this and that. I'm gonna come back over here, make this line a bit darker. And now visually you can see that we have a major break here, here. Now you see the dimensions, they're coming together. So now we have a dimension that is from here to here, and the other one from here to there. Okay, overall major breaks. So let's look at the major break. Major break is, I have here 31 feet, roughly 31, might be a little bit more, but I'm just gonna go make it fast. So I'm gonna put 31 feet. As a matter of fact, I'm getting 31.2, so I'm gonna put that, 31.2. So here, the distance from here to here is 31 feet, 2 inches. Okay, and then I'm gonna measure this one here, and here I'm getting 11, 10. I'm sorry, what did I put 3 here? 31, right? I'm sorry. No. It's not 31, it's 30. Apologize. It's 30 feet, about 8 inches. 30 feet, 8 inches. I apologize. Double check. 30 feet. Yeah, more or less. Now, this right here, it's 11. 11.4. 11 feet, 4 inches. All right, let's do the math. That will be a foot. That'll be 12. Yeah, okay. So now you can see it. Overall, tick here, extension lines, dimension line, dimension, the number. And then this one, major break, is from here to here. That'll be 30 feet, 8 inches. Here to here, it will be 11.4. Now, next one, interior walls. We have one right here. Now, when you do interior walls, it doesn't matter if you do left or right. I know the book says middle, which you could, but it's gonna be kind of hard to get right in the middle. So just go from either left or right side of the wall, but be consistent. Don't do left and then do right on the other one. Or don't do, for example, don't do left on this one and then right on this one. You have to be consistent. If you do right on all of them, okay? So we have a wall right here. So I'm gonna do to the right side. So I'm gonna go to the right side of that wall, and I'm gonna pull it up right here and go to the dimension line that I'm needing. Now, just be careful here. We only have one interior wall. So we're gonna dimension from here to here, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tie it to this extension line they already have there. I don't have to. I'm gonna do it just to make it a little more cleaner, okay? So in other words, I'm gonna have a dimension from here to there, so I know more or less where this wall is, and I'm gonna tie it from here to there. So either I can measure from here in, or I can measure from here in. Now here, I don't have nothing. So then I'm gonna get rid of that line right there. Okay, so let's measure this. This is from the exterior. I have about 13 and I'm gonna put 13 feet. So 13 feet right there. And then I'm gonna tie it from here to the other extension line that is going out for the major break. I'm gonna just tie it to that one. I'm gonna go, and this one is, let's see, let's put it right here. That's 17.6, more or less. 17.6. So this one is 17 feet 6 inches. Now I'm just gonna make this line a little bit darker so you guys can see it. So we have a dimension from here to there, and then from there to there. Okay, overall, major breaks, interior wall. Now again, I don't have nothing here, so I don't have to put nothing there. If you put it again, if you put the distance from here to here, you already have it. It's 11.4, so you don't want to repeat dimensions. Okay, last one I'm gonna do doors and windows. Now for here, for doors and windows, we're gonna dimension to the center of the door or the window. If this was commercial, then we would do it to the sides of the doors and windows. But this is residential, so we're gonna do it to the center. And also it's a frame home. So we have a window right here. Now here it's gonna be a little bit tricky, because I will have to measure this and know exactly where my half is. In this case, I have to go 1.5 so I know where my center is. I'm gonna do that just for the sake of it. That's right there, the center of my window. And that's 3 feet also, so 1.5 will be right here. That's the center of my window. And that's all I have. I only have this window and this window. This door is gonna be for this dimension lines here. So I'm gonna pull them out. Right there. And I'm gonna pull them out. Right there. Okay? Now there's nothing here, so that means I'm not gonna have a dimension here. Well, actually I can take it all the way over here, but not here. Let me darken this line up. So all the way here. There you go. So distance from where to where? From here to there, so I can locate from the wall where my center is. And then I'm gonna go from window to window. Okay? The reason for that is because if I do that, if I do this right here, notice that this dimension right here, it's crossing that one. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to cross dimensions. Okay? So you don't want to have this dimension and have a number right here, because that's, you're overlapping, you're putting, this is cutting this dimension here, and you don't want to do that. What is it you can do? You can, instead of having one dimensions, have two. So I'm gonna cut it right there. So tie it from, always try your door, tie your doors and windows to the walls. Always tie them to a wall. So this is my window, I'm gonna tie it to this wall and this wall. This is my window, I'm gonna tie it to this wall and that wall. Okay? So right here, windows, first one is doors and windows, I have two, pull them out. How I'm gonna tie it? I'm gonna tie it to this wall, tie it to that wall, tie it to that wall, tie it to that wall. Okay. And now just get the measurements. I'm not gonna do that. Get the measurements and put them where they go. From here to here, go there, here to here, go there, here to here, go there, here to here, go there. Okay? I want you to follow this same process on this side, this side, this. Now your design is gonna be different. You might have more interior walls than what I have, or less. That's gonna be, it goes under your design. But this is the way I want you to do it. Set your plan on the bottom, get your tracing paper on top, and then go 3 feet, 2, 2, 2. Start from the outside in. Overall, major breaks, I have 2. Interior walls, they're here, right there. Doors and windows, there, 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 and there. Okay, now I could have not done that one and not done that one. I'm still tying it to one of the walls, but I don't want it for it to look too, I want it to look more consistent. Okay, and don't forget your ticks. Now do the same thing here. You're gonna pull them out that way. Keep in mind, the text always reads from the bottom and from the right. Okay, so that means your numbers here are gonna read like this. These ones are gonna read like this. And these ones are gonna read like this. Always you read from the bottom or from the right side. Okay, now for interior dimensions, just find a place. For example, I cannot dimension on the exterior wall. I cannot dimension this one because I'm gonna have a line going all the way through. I cannot dimension, for example, which other one? This here. Well, this here I can. This one here. Okay. So the dimensions that you cannot grab from the exterior, you're gonna have to put an interior dimension line. But just think about where can I put this dimension line so I can grab as many lines as I can. Okay. So you're gonna have to figure that. For example, I need to grab. Actually, I know where this one is gonna be because I'm gonna dimension it here. I don't know this one. So what I can do, I can tie this, do a dimension right here. Which other one? Also here, I don't know where that one is. I don't know what that one is. I don't know where that's gonna be, right? I cannot get it from the exterior. I don't know where this is gonna be. I know where this is gonna be though, because I'm gonna have dimension here. So here you have to figure out where can I put a dimension line so I can grab the interior walls that I don't have access to. In this case, I guess I can have several. I'm gonna do one right here. And do a dimension line right here. And then what I'm gonna grab the walls, tie it to a wall that I already have. Okay, for example, I know where this one is, right? Whoever's building the house, they know where this one is. It's already, because I gave it a dimension. Go 13 feet in, do this wall. So I'm going to use that as a reference to grab and add these. Actually, not this one, too low. These, and that. So I'm going to grab it to that one. So I'm going to put that one in first. Okay. So in other words, I'm telling you, for this interior walls or these sections that you need to know the distances to, tie it to this one because you already know where that one is at. And then tie it to that. So here I'm going to do another one. And then here I'm going to do another one. Another one. And actually there's one right here. Always extensions extend again from the object that you're measuring. So now I want to know where this one is at. I'm going to measure from here to here, put the number there. For this case opening that I have here, where does it start? Well, go measure from here to here, put it right there. How big is the case? Well, not the case opening. We can put a note here. But where is this located? Well, go from the case opening, go X amount to this one, and put it right there. And then from here to the other end, put the number right there. So you have to find where is the right location to put my interior dimension so I can grab as many objects or walls in this case as I can. Okay, so figure that out too. So in other words, I want everything to be dimensioned. All walls I need to know when I see your dimensions that you're accounting for all the walls. When you're dimensioning, I always think as a contractor, do I have all the information that I need to build this house? Okay, and then the last thing I want you to do, just add dimensions for your doors and windows, for example, and just put the sizes. This is a 3-foot door, so put 3, 30, 68. This means 3 feet 0 inches by 6 feet 8 inches. It's always width times height. Okay. This one I think is 2 feet 8 inches. Okay, so the width is 2 feet 8 inches. So I'm gonna put 2 feet 8 inches, and the height is 6 feet 8 inches. Okay, so let's go ahead and add. I think the restroom door is 2.6 if I'm not mistaken, or it might be 2.8, but let's say it's 2.6. So here I'm going to put 2 feet 6 inches is what I'm saying. 2 feet 6 inches by 6 feet 8 inches. So I'm going to put 2, 6, 6, 8. Remember, the first two are the feet, with the width, I'm sorry. The last two are the height, and you divide it. You always see it as feet inches, feet inches. Same thing for the Windows. Here I have a 3-foot window. The width I know, the height, well, I want to put 4. So I'm going to put 30, 40, always width and height. 3 feet 0 inches by 4 feet 0 inches. Here I have 2. So I'm going to put here 6 feet 0 inches by 4 feet 0 inches. Or if you want it bigger, it's up to you. Okay. So again, first 2 numbers are feet. First 2 numbers are width. Last 2 numbers are height, and you divide it by feet and inches. Feet and inches. Okay. So add all the information too. And once you have this, of course, you can just tape it out, pull it out. What I'm gonna do, or what you should do, maybe put on tape right there in the middle. So now you have your, just put it somewhere where it doesn't, oh, that's fine. So now we have your plan as it is, your design, and then on the separate one, we have your dimensions. So I should be able to locate them and put them where they go when I print it. Scan this. Now here you need a bigger scanner, or scan it in sections, and then submit it to me on Blackboard. Okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll put the assignment so you can do this, upload it. I might ask for a video of your process. Just look for that on Blackboard. Okay? And if you have any issues, any questions, please let me know. Send me an email or come to campus and look for me so I can clarify if I need any questions that you might have. Okay? So now we're doing dimensions. Here we go. We're gonna come back and continue adding more information. As a matter of fact, what you can do also, if you haven't, just put room names wherever everything should go. All right? That's it. Enjoy.